Hello, all you patchwork friends out there. You've been hearing us ramble on about the new rulers. So in this video, we're going to share a little bit of information with you about how this all came about and what's going on. So here's the scoop. For those of you who were fans of the early Nifty Notions brand and or the Good Measure brand, these were tools that I had designed years and years and years ago. We had upwards of over 20 in the collection. The rulers were discontinued by the distributor a couple of years ago. And so I had continued to teach, but saying wherever you can find these types of tools in the industry, that's what you should do. Well, lo and behold, as I've shared with many of you, they are back. And they are shipping. We've had them in stock now for a few days and they are going out the door, I will tell you. Hopefully you'll be able to find these at your local retailer. I do not want you to think the only place to get them is from us. But let me give you a little bit of information about what is different. We say new generation, we say new and improved. And somebody, well, how could it be better than the others if the others were great? Not more accurate. I'm assuming that every tool in the industry would be accurate. Well, that is not true. They are not all accurate. And my goal is that the tool we provide to you is accurate. Is it any more accurate? No, but it is a little bit different. There's a couple of things we did to change. We did listen to many of you who weren't fans of some of the colors, so we changed the green lines previously that were 1.5 inch increments. We changed that to black. We left the pink, but changed the value just a skosh. So on this brand, we have black lines are all the 1/2 inch and 1 inch increments, and pink lines are 1/4 and 3/4 inch increments. Those two, just those simple 2 color changes like that means it's really easy for you to decide if you're cutting a 2.5 line, which would be black, or a 2 3/4 line, which would be pink. It's real easy to make the mistake of sliding one black line away from another black line. So that was one of the things that we did different. The lines are as thin as possible, but many of you previous users know my language on this is that the fatness or skinniness of a line should still have a break in the line. If you look at your brand of ruler that you are using the most and it has a solid line that runs the length of that tool with no break in the line, the width of that line can create an issue of are you cutting to the left of the line or the right of the line. We recommend there is only one exact spot, and that is the center of the line. And the only way you can find the center of a line is if you have a break where those lines intersect. So accurate factor, it was the same on the others, but we do believe that with these thinner black lines, it is easier to read. It is not better to read. So make sure for any of you who have already inquired with us, well, why would I need them? You wouldn't need them if you love the ones you have, and you wouldn't need them if you love the brand you have. We're just trying to set apart what makes these different and why we are as excited about them as we are. The other thing that we did, which I think is really proven with our orders so far to be a good decision. We packaged these, and so there's 2 sets available currently. And they're all under just Kaye England rulers. There is nothing written on the rulers. It's just designed by Kaye England. If it has a job like a half triangle, then it says half square on it. So it does have its job, but there are no fancy numbers or anything. There's a basic set, which is KE Basic, is how that's determined, and on our website or wherever you would choose to purchase these, that's how they will be called. We chose the 4x14, which you already know is my favorite, and the 7x14 rectangle ruler, along with the 14-inch square that lives in that basic set. But what we're trying to do is to provide tools that are widely usable and still stay in a good price point. That set is $49.99 retail. I can tell you that our previous 14-inch square ruler was $35 or $36 retail by itself. So by changing the packaging and dropping a lot of the cost of doing color prints and things that live in that, these now, almost the three of them are going to be the price of one square. And if you check the industry, you're going to find that when you buy a large square ruler, you're in the $30 range for a large square ruler by itself. So this set is $49.99 for 2 strip cutters and your square. Our, what we call our angle set, which is Kaye angle, has 4 of, in my opinion, the workhorses in patchwork. It has a half square triangle and a quarter square triangle, which you all know make your flying geese elements. They make standalone half square triangles, and they make quarter square triangle elements as well. Then we have the half rectangle and the bias triangle, which those two sister up to do that spiky unit, which any of the quilts you're looking at in the background, every quilt that's back there was done or could be done with these 4 rulers. So that set retails for $39.99 for those 4. When you get these sets, there's 0 throwaway. I mean, there's hardly any trash, because we found in the past when our customers would open these with all the instruction sheet, 99 times out of 100, they threw it all away anyhow. So it's saving another tree, let's hope. If you don't know how to use the tools, you will need to go. All of the instructions live at kayeengland.com. You can go there and find the instructions for how each one of them use. For those of you that follow us, you know that we have numerous videos on YouTube channel. In a nutshell, that's what this new brand is about. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term sightline, if you take a look at this, and I've cut this strip 2.5, but I'm going to slide over to the 2-inch line, and right here I'm off the fabric so that you can see where that little circle is. If you look at, as I creep into the edge of that fabric, you can see where that green strip, your eye can go to that opening and see clearly how that is dead center. If I went in a little more, you can see that it's too heavy, spot on. Now let's move over to a pink line, which would be a 1/4 inch line. It doesn't have the little circle at the intersection, but what it does have is a break in the ink. So as the line runs across the tool, there is a break on every line that gives you an opportunity to line your fabric up against that. And piecers, the only thing that I can tell you is the success of your patchwork block has a lot to do with that very first strip that you cut. If that strip is cut accurately, you have a greater opportunity to have a clean block. Even if the strip is cut perfect and you don't use your special tools accurately, of course it's easy to go south. But I can tell you that we've found the sight lines being one of the most important things that sets this brand apart from other brands. So that's the good news. We look forward to hearing your comments. Feel free to go on any of our they know how to do all that stuff, Brian. If they have a question, you go ask us the questions. We'll do our level best to try and answer it. But honestly, I've worked with this brand now, this exact tool, for about 2 months. I've done about 8 quilts with this, and I can see a difference. I can't see a difference in accuracy. I can just see a difference in a little bit easier to use because of the coloring from the last generation of tools. We look forward to hearing your comments. We have them available. I hope your local retailer has them available. All you have to do is call and say, if you got those Kaye England rulers, and if they say, oh, they've been discontinued, you need to tell them to get on this video and take a peek. They're back. Take care. Bye-bye.